Using game theory to decode the mystery between men and women. What goes on in the minds of geniuses? Meet Robert Axelrod and the famous repeated prisoner's dilemma. The idea of loyalty and cooperation in marriage sounds beautiful in our imagination, but in reality, it is fragile. Before this, I used the theory of the selfish gene to explain why men may stray and why women have fierce instincts, but genes belong to individuals. Once you place genes inside a network of social relationships, male and female dynamics take on a different shape. Because our choices change in response to the choices of the other person. Just like in a relationship, we act not only from our own feelings. We are constantly watching, trying to guess how the other person feels about us right now. Is their effort enough? And then we adjust our actions. Relationships are like playing cards. Our strategy changes based on the other player's moves. Now, let us use Robert's repeated prisoner's dilemma to look at love and trust. The prisoner's dilemma means this: if two prisoners are caught and they choose to cooperate and stay silent with no solid evidence, each serves only 3 years, but the police will try to split them by making an offer. If one betrays the other first and points the finger, the betrayer serves only 1 year. The betrayed serves 10. In this dilemma, the best outcome for both is to cooperate. Together, they serve only 6 years total. But if someone betrays, the total becomes 11 years. Yet from the individual's view, the best move seems to be betray the other while they stay loyal. And the worst move is to be loyal while they betray. Now imagine this inside a marriage. A faithful couple working together. They hold back their desires. They take responsibility for the family. Each earns 5 points. The family earns 10 points total. But if the unfaithful man cheats, he chooses betrayal first. At home, the main flag still stands. Outside, the colorful flags are flying. The unfaithful man scores 8 points for himself, but the loyal partner on the other side gives everything and gets nothing. 0 points for them, 8 points for the family. If an unfaithful man meets an unfaithful woman, and they betray each other at the same time, they both enjoy the thrill of affairs, but they lose the warmth of home. Each gets only 3 points. The family earns 6. Here is what we see. Relationships work just like the prisoner's dilemma. The best choice for both people is in conflict with the best choice for an individual. A loyal, cooperative marriage gives the highest total score when you add the two together, but the best individual strategy is to cheat while your partner stays loyal. And here is the more fascinating part: a faithful marriage system is not only hard to keep in human nature, it is also full of flaws in pure logic and numbers. In a world where everyone is loyal, it takes just one unfaithful man to invade, and the system begins to collapse. Because no matter who they meet, the betrayer always scores the highest. In a network where everyone else is loyal, a betrayer is like a player farming endless experience points. The loyal partner becomes the experience target. Every encounter is a loss. Every encounter is 0 points. In this kind of system, loyal players cannot survive. More and more will turn to betrayal until the system reaches its breaking point. And that is when the number of betrayers keeps rising. Inside the system, betrayers begin to meet each other and play the game. The chance of this happening rises sharply, and now the cost of being a betrayer also grows. From Robert's view of game theory, a community where every couple is loyal is like a system full of bugs, a system with countless holes. Any mutation or intrusion can cause the entire network to collapse. For a society to be truly stable, it must actually mix in a certain number of unfaithful players. That way, a balanced and sustainable game can exist in society. In this simulation model, Robert used mathematical rules to give loyal partners one hard truth. If you are too kind, people will take advantage of you. If you are too gentle, people will ride over you. In a relationship, you can be a good person, but never be a pushover. The original prisoner's dilemma was only about the prisoners facing off, but Robert placed the dilemma into society and played the game over and over. Just like you may fall in love many times, even marry and divorce, it becomes a repeated prisoner's dilemma. Once you are repeatedly labeled as the kind soul who always cooperates, no matter how others betray you, the number of betrayers around you will skyrocket. They will be drawn to you, because Robert's game theory tells us betrayers score more points from you, far more than a fellow cooperator would ever gain, so betrayers are willing to pay a higher cost to find you again and again, to squeeze out your value. So if you find yourself surrounded by unfaithful men, first, examine whether you have a savior mindset. And if you are surrounded by unfaithful women, question whether you give too much without asking for respect.